Happy World Habitat Day! We celebrate every first Monday of October, together with the rest of the world, to promote housing for all, a better urban future. This month is also Urban October, 31 days of raising awareness of sustainable urbanization, sharing knowledge on effective urban solutions, and enhancing collaboration among partners. Having an adequate home is now, more than ever, a matter of life and death.
Housing is now widely recognized as a frontline defense against COVID-19, with residents across the world being told to stay at home and wash their hands. But these simple measures are impossible for the 1.8 billion people living in inadequate housing conditions, informal settlements, overcrowded homes, homelessness, and unstable housing conditions.
COVID-19 reminds us that home is more than just a roof. To make us feel safe and enable us to continue living, working, and learning, a home should also be a place that enables us to access public green and open spaces, employment opportunities, healthcare services, childcare centers, schools, and other social facilities.
On World Habitat Day, in this crucial decade of action to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, I call for heightened efforts to promote the partnerships, pro-poor policies and regulations needed to improve housing in cities.
The COVID-19 crisis is showing how success comes from collaboration. It has demonstrated the power of communities and the ability of people to adapt and find local and innovative solutions. This is clearly demonstrated in the Rebuilding Marawi through Community-Driven Shelter and Livelihood project, which aims to build permanent houses for families displaced by the armed conflict in Marawi City.
The rebuilding of Marawi after the siege. And the approach here is a people's process. As everyone knows, that Habitat is building houses for the people of Marawi, but we are looking at the whole spectrum of human settlement. And as we all know, human settlement has basically two components, the infrastructure part and the social part. So Rebuilding Marawi is not just building homes, it's not just building houses, it's basically looking at economic activities for these families displaced during the siege, looking at the peace and development aspect of its culture in Marawi, trying to capacitate the families in how to handle their day-to-day activity and how to handle their community, a place where they can live peace and economically active.
The biggest challenge really was the purchase of the land. Of course, the housing project needs big land because of the number of houses that we are going to build. That is usually a problem in Marawi. There is usually a problem of ownership of the land, documents, titles, are multiple claimants of land in many areas in Marawi. Of course, another problem is selection of beneficiaries. Many Egyptians want to avail of the housing project. Of course, it's free and they will be entitled to the land and the house. Of course, the priority is, are those who are affected by the cement along Agus River and along Lake Tanaw. There are challenges that crops up from time to time, but UN Habitat is always able to overcome this. And so far, the project is going on smoothly. During the start of the pandemic, we really had to stop that project, but later on, with the permission of the IATF, we were able to resume, initially at a lower scale, with few workers. After a few months, the project was able to be fast-tracked. We were able to increase the number of workers, and now with the help of the 55th Engineer Brigade of the Philippine Army, We are going full blast. You can see a lot of work, a lot of people there. Of course, we still continue to abide by the protocols of the IATF. We ensure that the workers are free, are healthy, so that we will not be spreading COVID. So work is ongoing. Are very optimistic that we will be able to meet our goals.
But looking at everything, providing livelihood support, we have to organize some cooperatives so that we can download and assist the communities affected by the siege through economic activities. We also have trained a lot of leaders in looking at leadership components, looking at how to manage the community, how to manage the organization financially and organizationally, looking at how eventually after UN Habitat leaves the place, they can sustain the improvement on their community. And also I think one of the very important components of the project is the peace and development. As you all know, Marawi City, even the Lanao del Sur, has been in conflict for so many years. And peace and development have been very critical in making sure that the sustainability of what we have given to the families will be for a very long time. Another component, a very important one, is we call it the ESSR, the environment and social safeguard that we have to install in this community. The environment social safeguard is looking at how people manage the environment, how they can live by within the environment itself, not necessarily destroying it, because UN Habitat is also very active in looking at climate change, looking at how can this family by their own household can contribute in limiting the changes in our climate. Of course, the social safeguard there is a little bit also challenging because as we all know, the Maranao has a different culture.
Task Force Bound Marawi is very much appreciative of the Rebuilding Marawi project initiated by UN Habitat, of course, through the invitation of the Japanese government, the Japanese people. Housing is really a big problem, not only in Marawi, but in other areas of the Philippines. And the residents of Marawi are very fortunate that we have this program where they will be able to have a house of their own and live a more secure life. The FBM has been here for the last 3 years, and ever since UN Habitat has been a partner. And of course, the Japanese government has been very gracious in its donation, not only in housing but in other interventions in Marawi City. I am very sure that the people of Marawi are very grateful. The Japanese government will be very much remembered for the effort in the rehabilitation of Marawi.
Ensuring housing for all and building a better urban future needs commitment and time from all of us. We are happy to continue working with you in this shared responsibility.